beets. Beets and beets and beets. There it is. Piling stations 1 and 2 in what will be our piling facility for this particular beet harvest season. I don't know how well you can see, there's a long runway that goes all the way down there, and hopefully by the end of this season, in the end of the next few weeks, we'll have all that filled up, piled up with beets 20-30 foot high. I'm excited. I can't wait to get rolling. You're making a little money obviously, but I'm excited just to be part of the process. This is a huge thing, huge undertaking. There's a buzz in the community right now. Everybody's excited, everybody's glad to have everybody here. There we have it. The beet harvest 2019 up here in North Dakota. This is me and my wife Mindy's first year on the crew. Honestly, I'm having a blast. The work is not hard. The people are friendly. Everybody's easy to get along with. We're all here to pile beets, man. I mean, that's the name of the game, is pile beets. And the drivers are trying to do their thing to pile beets, and the workers like us are trying to do our thing to pile beets, and everybody's just working together to get huge beet piles. And it's really fun, and it feels really good to be part of a huge operation like this. I honestly, even being from Indiana, in the middle of agricultural center Indiana there, you know, I had no idea that operations like this took place. And so to be here and be part of this is just really exciting, and really happy to be here, part of it. Low stress, medium activity level, and I'm outside. So yeah, I mean, I love it. It's great, it's great. Not sure if you can see them very well or not, but a couple of folks over there pushing shovels. And honestly, that is the bulk of the work here. We are directing trucks, you know, you pull them forward and tell them where to stop so that you can get their old dirt back into their truck beds for them. But other than that, I mean, the main thing that we're doing here, write our little station number down on their ticket, and then we shovel the excess dirt out of the way, and we just keep things clean. And yeah, honestly, really simple work, and there seems to be plenty of it. Like I said, we are on pre-pile today, which means this is the pre-harvest harvest. And you can see, I mean, just loads and loads and loads of beets coming in. And these beets are ginormous. This big pile you see out in front of the machines out there, those are all beets. I mean, there was no beets on these runways. Here's another big pile over here. There were no beets on these runways when we started this morning. So all of these beets have been piled just in our shift today. Pretty wild. Whew, awesome. Made it. Day 1 complete. Beet harvest. This is gonna be fun, y'all. We met lots of people, very cool people, lots of other full-time RVers, and got to meet a lot of the truck drivers and the full-time people that work here. I mean, just the work itself, not hard at all. The hours are a little long, you know, 12 hours on your feet, but not a big deal. Worst part, honestly, was just standing outside in the rain this afternoon. And even that wasn't bad because they give you a rain jacket. So really good experience, really good first day. And we're hoping the rain dies off here because we got invited to come back and work again tomorrow. Again, this is pre-pile, so this is not even the official beet harvest part yet. So, yep, just a little extra cash on the top. Awesome. What are your thoughts? Anything to add?
And they had a stretch before we began. I now feel why they had a stretch. I'm going to be stretching again shortly.
Right on. All right, well, that is it. Day number 1 of the beet harvest in the books, and very much a success. Had a great time, made some money, and survived. All 10 fingers and toes came right back with us. No worries, no issues. Really looking forward to spending the next few weeks here doing this and knocking this out and making some good cash. has turned absolutely frightful. They're calling for blizzard-like conditions in a couple of days, so we'll see what happens. It's supposed to start raining about noon today, and then this will get real fun. But working hard, making money, good stuff. Going on about 3 o'clock. The wind has picked up, the rain has started falling. It's supposed to turn to snow. Farmers are working like crazy to get their stuff out. See all the beets, all the trucks lined up. Date is October the 10th. I don't know if you can tell, but that is ice building up all over the ground and snow falling. It's been raining pretty much all morning, about half the night, and it's slowly been turning to ice, and now it's just turning to the snow factor. We'll bring you back here in a couple hours and show you what it looks like. All right, it's a couple hours later, noon o'clock. It has fully transitioned, complete snow now, and it started sticking, I don't know, maybe an hour ago. And yeah, it's supposed to come down like this all day for the next few days. We'll keep updating you as we go. Snow let up a little bit. I guess the heavy stuff's not coming till tonight into tomorrow. Winter storm, blizzard, whatever you want to call it. There's us. I got the engine running right now, just trying to make sure it doesn't freeze up on me. Filling up the water because it didn't get done before the storm hit. It's coming down pretty good. They said the heavy stuff's supposed to be coming today. I'll bring you back and update you when it starts to fall. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Oh. Okay, let's dive in here for a minute. Ooh. Holy cow. It's a blowing and it's a snowing. Coming down good. Just finished getting a shower. Now I'm about to make my way back to the camper if I can. Here we go. This is freaking nuts. I got the door. How is it?
The snow flies in my face.
Have fun. Hey, I'm just glad they went outside. Do something, anything.
Sister stares at me. Her eyes are like daggers.
Sounds like I'm gonna make the perfect snowball and exact my revenge. Ha! North Dakota in October. Hey guys, goat here, still hanging out at the beet harvest. This right here behind me is an entire field of beets that are just waiting to come out of the ground and be piled by yours truly. But this stuff is causing some issues. Not only is this stuff causing issues, but we have had so much rain and snow in the last 2 weeks. We've worked 3 days. We are now more than halfway through the month of October, And since October 1st, we have worked 3.5 days. Is that not crazy? This has got to be, and in talking with some of the other people that have been up here doing this before, this may be a historically bad year. Like, this may be the worst harvest in history, at least to this point. We get some nicer weather on the horizon. Really, really hoping things are going to turn around and warm back up again. But honestly, at this point, you know, a lot of folks are starting to move right on into winter. Apparently they don't have much of a fall here. And you know, I'll say this, in Crystal Sugar and Express Employment's defense, they are doing all kinds of stuff to try to make this more tolerable. They have fed us, gosh, I want to say at least 4, maybe 5 meals off the books. Just show up, hey, here's a free meal for you and your family. Yesterday they rented out a movie theater in one of the neighboring towns. Free movies, popcorn, drinks. I mean, yeah. Tomorrow we are going to head into our piling site and do a little bit of cleaning, and they're going to supply some pizza for us. And probably one of the biggest things they've done is they have already moved into what they call incentive pay. So typically when you come up here the first year, you make about 14 bucks an hour. Doesn't sound like a lot until you count in the fact that you're getting about 4 hours of overtime every day at time and a half. And then Saturday is usually all day time and a half, and Sunday is all day double time. That's where you make your real money. Because we're more than halfway through the month now, and we have only worked about 3 good days, they have already moved into incentive pay, which says every hour we work going forward, we're paid time and a half for. Doesn't matter what day of the week or how many days we've put in, we're getting that time and a half rate. So we went from 14 bucks an hour to about 21 bucks an hour. Yeah, I mean, that's huge, but honestly, it's not been enough for a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are bailing already. I fully anticipate being here until October 31st. Beet Harvest 2019. Hullinger crew, hard at it. This is the main gist of it. Shoveling dirt, cleaning the mud. Good job, Mindy. Good job, Star. There's the beet pile. Good morning from the sugar beet harvest. Today, we are in a different environment. Normally, we're out there with the pilers and the trucks. Today we're in the chop stand, and they give me a huge freaking knife. This will be my station for the day, and because it got down to about 20 degrees last night, we're checking for frozen beets. Here we go, more beets to check. Morning. Pull forward a little bit. That's good. Pull forward a little bit. Good. At least I got a beautiful sun to stand in today. That's good. Once I check them and they're good to go, they check in down here at the scale house, and then off they go out to the piles. Don't go over that gate. Don't cross that yellow line. Are you working on your beet golf? Right on. Welcome to a piling site. The trucks basically come over this ramp. They come up, they stop in here, but the back end of this thing, that big shiny one, comes up. The truck goes up, dumps all its beets. They go up that conveyor belt right there, and then they run up this huge machine up into the big box up there. Once all the dirt gets kicked off of them, then the beets come out the end of this conveyor, and they go up there on the pile. And we just kind of, this device here is called the boom, and somebody's job is to swing this thing back and forth and slowly back this entire machine up little by little as you fill it in. The last step is once the truck is done dumping his beets and they've gone through the little hopper thing up there and got most of the dirt shaken off of them, then he pulls underneath this thing here, which is the dirt return. Your job underneath there is this, as a helper on the ground, is to stop the truck so that this conveyor thing is right over the back of his bed. You want the dirt all the way in the back of the bed. The driver gets back to the field, he can just dump his bed and it slides all out. Otherwise, he's got to get up in there and chip it out or shovel it out. That's no fun. Pretty much the job is to stand here, and as they come across the line, you walk up to the truck, you mark whatever piler you're on. If they have a sample ticket, you take the sample ticket, and other than that, you shovel dirt. Shovel dirt and beets. And these are the tools of the trade right here. There's the beautiful Mindy. She works the left side most days. Oh yeah, having a good time. And yeah, so as you can see, the dirt accumulates right here. There's my boot, and that's kind of a medium-sized beet. There's some that are much bigger. Yeah, that one's not too bad. Set it next to your head. Yeah, there you can see. There's some bigger than your head out here for sure. A lot of dirt, a lot of shoveling, a lot of wind, but honestly, great job. The drivers are awesome most of the times. You work with them. Half the job is chucking beets back into the hopper. That's what I like to do. That's kind of my favorite pastime out here. Yep, look, working on that form. She still got it. That form we paid all that money for. Look at it. Woo! Hold that follow through, Star. There you go. Swish. So the operator's job is to balance on the rails and do as many dips as you, no, seriously. The operator job is to run all of this. Looks pretty exciting, right? Here's a kind of a nice look at the conveyor. The dirt returns coming off each side in our beautiful pile. But it's stressful. This position is not really hard, just you are controlling the trucks, you're controlling the conveyors, you're controlling the end dumps down here. And the real tricky part is these little bitty conveyors down here cannot run at the same time. So it's kind of a timing thing. But it's, as you can hear, you're out of the wind in here, so it is a little warmer. But that warmth comes with a whole lot of stress. So as the helper, your job is to stand here out of the way, let the truck come up, get into position. Once he's stopped and in the right spot, you'll get a little sign, you'll hear the air brakes, you'll see the little up arrow come on, and that's your cue that you're on. Up arrow comes on, air brakes sound, and our helper heads over to the door. Did we get a sample? Awesome. So now you get to see what a sample is. With a sample ticket, you get the little sample ticket here. Drop it in. It's a little bit of a delay. Piece it on that big round thing right there, which is connected to a scoop up there. And then you gotta wait for the beets. There you can kind of see the beets. They come out of the back of the truck and go up that belt. You can see some flying over here. We're gonna wait for them to hit the wheelbarrow up there. Right now it's just the ones that Star threw in. You'll be able to tell, you can hear them. Here they come. So there they are there. Now we're gonna wait for them to come shooting off the end out here. Then we hit our button. You may or may not have noticed I just flipped the boom because I'm running the boom today. Big heavy beets drop down. Look down in there, there's the beets. Then you wrap it up, stick it in a pile. Eventually the foreman will come by and collect them. Meanwhile, the boom is running. As a boom operator, your job is to not let that thing get buried. If the end of that thing gets buried under beets, the whole machine shuts down. You control that right here. You got a left swing, a right swing, and then this track drive literally moves this whole machine back on these tracks. Sugar beet harvest. Woohoo! Beet harvest 2019. I'm telling you what, this stuff is not for the faint of heart. It's been cold enough to snow all day. We've been out here in it, and now the snow is cutting loose. Fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on who you ask, I'm in the chop house today and not out there. So the benefit of the chop house, that's right, a roof and 3 walls. Yeah, The downside is obviously hanging out in the cold, not moving a whole lot, chopping beets. Tell you what, Dre ain't got nothing on me. Sadly though, Star and Mindy are out there at that one. Hang in there, girls. Y'all are troopers. And there it is, folks. End of the season. Look at that long row of beets that I was telling you was gonna be here. We put all these down. 'Tis a good feeling to complete. 'Tis a good feeling to have been part of this amazing community effort. It was not without its hardships, but there were a lot of really good times, and a lot of laughs had as well. So from the sugar beet season here at the Bathgate Piling Station in northern North Dakota, see you next time.